Well, good afternoon. I want to thank Amanda and her partners, the co-owners of the Jackie Lee's on Kennedy Street. I want to thank you for being a gracious host and breathing life back into this Kennedy Street institution. I also want to acknowledge members of my public safety team who are here, including the Deputy Mayor for Public Safety, Kevin Donahue, Michelle Garcia, the Director of the Office of Victim Services, and Commander Randy Griffin, the 4th District Commander. I also want to acknowledge and welcome recent graduates of the MPD Cadet Program who are to my left. Our cadet program supports young Washingtonians in becoming members of the Metropolitan Police Department. It is a valuable tool for ensuring we recruit police officers born and raised in our city, and we are just so delighted and want to congratulate them on graduating from the cadet program. Give them a big round of applause. And I'm very proud that over the past year, we have expanded that program from 70 cadets to 100 cadets. These officers just graduated on Friday, and I think I speak for everyone when I share my congratulations. What the program allows them to do is to be employees of MPD while earning 60 credits, and upon graduation, they can enter the academy. The best way that we can say thank you is to do everything we can to support our officers in building safer neighborhoods. And we all know that reducing crime is not just MPD's job, but it's the community's job, it's every agency of our government, and everybody who cares about building a safer, stronger Washington. In our most recent budget, we doubled down and expanded our investments in community-based services to treat trauma, which is also part of the group of work that Director Garcia is responsible for. And we are also here today to highlight how residents and businesses can work together to build safer neighborhoods by participating in the private security incentive program. Already through this program, which provides vouchers and rebates to help cover the cost of a private security camera, we have deployed more than 15,000 cameras across our city. As we saw last week, after some devastating violence in our community, video footage can be critical in helping us bring perpetrators to justice. We've seen it time and time again. When we have video footage of a crime, we can get that information out to the community faster, and the community can help us solve a crime. And those who have participated in the program can tell you it's very easy. We're asking more residents, and not just residents, but also businesses, nonprofits, churches, other religious institutions to participate. This is one very easy way, an affordable way that you can contribute to the public safety of our communities. So now I'm going to ask Director Garcia to tell you a little bit more.
Thank you, Mayor. As the Mayor mentioned, there are 2 easy ways in which you can participate in the Private Security Camera Incentive Program. The first is through the rebate program, where residents, both owners and tenants, nonprofits, businesses, and religious institutions can purchase camera systems, install them on the exterior of their properties, register the system with the Metropolitan Police Department, and then submit an application to our office where they can receive a rebate of up to $200 per camera for a total of $500 for residents and $750 for businesses, nonprofits, and religious institutions. For residents, tenants, or owners who may not be able to afford the initial outlay, they may be able to qualify through the voucher program. The information for both the rebate program and the voucher program are available on our website, which you can access at bit.ly/DC cameras. We encourage everyone to participate in this program. It's a resource that will help us all make a safer, stronger DC. Thank you.
Thank you. So I also want to acknowledge some of our community members. I see some members of our ANCs. Please give our ANC commissioners a big round of applause, as well as representatives from the Uptown Main Street. Thank you for being here. Any questions? Questions? Mark?
Mayor Vassar, so looking at the numbers, it looks like you have thousands of residents, homeowners who are taking advantage of this program with just over 100 businesses. So there seems to be a real gap between businesses taking advantage and between residents. Why is that? And how do you close that gap?
Well, we want to continue to spread the word, Mark. We think that many of our businesses may already have security cameras, but frequently, and the police will tell you that they are sometimes frustrated when they go on a scene and a security camera is not working or is not of the quality that is helpful. So we are asking our business owners to think about their security front and back, inside their establishment, and check their existing systems if they have one. Make sure they're operable and that they're clear. And I think the police will come in to an establishment and do a survey with the business owner about angles on their cameras and such. And we want to let them know, sometimes they don't think they qualify for programs like this, that did you say up to $750? Up to $750, depending on the number of cameras you install.
And then
Could be a rebate.
And then also according to your data, the second area where there seems to be some lag is Ward 2. And just about every other ward, I think it's over 1,000 cameras. Ward 2 is far behind, just about 500 cameras. Do you know why? And what can you do to reach out specifically to these areas where you don't have as many?
Well, I will say that our ANC commissioners have been a tremendous help in getting the word out. MPD and the mayor's office of community relations have also been critical in getting the word out and flyering to make people aware of the program. And so we want to make people aware, and it's not always an indicator of lack of private cameras by the participation in our program, but sometimes it is, and so that's why we want to keep pushing the information out about the incentives. Yes.
Mayor, a lot of times we run into people who are scared to speak out, maybe speak to a way. This is a way to help out without maybe putting yourself out there, maybe another way to go about speaking out in a way.
Well, absolutely. We know that there is some deterrent value in cameras, and sometimes would-be criminals, package thieves, if you will avoid areas where they know that the police will be right there and have that video footage. So we want to always take advantage of the deterrent effect. We don't always know about the level of crime that is deterred by these cameras. But in the case that something does happen in your neighborhood, and it may not have anything to do with your front porch or the back of your, some of these cases, the police, when they're canvassing after an event, they are going to see, they'll just make a visual canvas to see who has cameras, if those cameras can be helpful at seeing somebody leave the scene of a crime or approach a crime scene.
What message would you give to those who maybe are not taking advantage of this as much as you would like?
The biggest thing I would tell people is it's super easy. And we don't always believe that when the government says that it's super easy. But I'm going to ask, why are you laughing? I know. I'm going to ask Director Garcia to really explain the steps so you know how super easy it is.
Thank you, Mayor. As she said, it is one of the easiest processes you may encounter interacting with district government, in that the homeowner or business or nonprofit or religious institution really works at their pace. They go, they purchase the cameras, they install the cameras, they register them online, and then they complete an application which typically takes less than 5 minutes to complete. Once the application has been reviewed, if all the necessary documentation is there, it gets processed. And so the necessary documentation includes the receipt for the purchase of the cameras and the registration with the Metropolitan Police Department. Once we have all of the documentation, it gets processed, and what we're hearing from camera program participants is they're typically receiving their rebate check in under 30 days from when they submitted their application. So it is a very quick and easy process. We have staff that are dedicated to the program that can answer any questions and will work with applicants to walk them through the process if they run into any challenges. Yes, sir.
Are there any, I don't know if we have any specific indication of the crimes that these cameras are helping to solve? I know in the public reports you put out monthly, there were just 2 homicides in the last 2 months. Are there any other crimes? Can you speak about that?
Good afternoon. I'm Commander Parsons of Criminal Investigations Division for MPD. These cameras have been critical in many investigations. To give you an exact number would be hard to do. You see the footage we release on a daily basis and the camera footage we recover and put out to help close these cases. It's been critical to our mission.
But Commander, can you point to a specific crime that was solved by a camera that was paid for through the rebate program? I mean, I know we see surveillance video every day released by you guys, but can you point to crime, one or two, solved specifically by cameras from the rebate program?
Standing here in front of you, I don't have one in my head that I can
Somebody's
tell
shaking
you.
their head yes behind you.
I can speak to a couple from program participants who've actually reached out to us to tell us. So a number of package theft cases where the residents have actually reached out to us to tell us how helpful the cameras were, that when they were notified that someone was on their property, because the way many of these systems work is they get an alert, that they immediately called 911, MPD responded, and in at least one case we know that a suspect was apprehended within 20 minutes of making that call. And we've heard numerous stories from property owners who have participated in the program that they have proactively been turning over that footage. So we know of some instances.
And then can I ask for clarification on what is the homeowner, business owner's rights as far as releasing that footage?
So the homeowner or the business, nonprofit, religious institution, the footage is theirs, and they have a right to either release it or not release it. To date, we have not yet had any instances that we know of where a participant was asked for camera footage where they have not chosen to release that to MPD. Yes.
Someone off the topic about, you referenced the video of the hotel recently. I understand there was another incident apparently last evening outside the democracy prep. Similar situation, 10 to 20 people according to witnesses attacking someone. Do you or does Commander Parsons know anything about that? What is your message for young people? Do you think that's okay?
I can talk to you about the incident at the Hilton. I believe that there's been one arrest. There's been one arrest made, so at least one individual was identified. And we will keep investigating until we find all people responsible. Clearly, we are horrified by anybody that would think that was fun and games. It's not. It was a real assault. There were real injuries, and there will be real consequences to pay.
We asked Commander Parsons about the incident yesterday from their conversation.
Okay. That's the incident from MLK and Randall. From MLK and Randall yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so yesterday evening, it was shortly after 4 o'clock, members of our 7th District responded to MLK and Randall for the report of a unconscious person. When they got there, they discovered it was an adult male who had been assaulted. He had injuries consistent with being assaulted. He was transported to a local hospital where he currently remains in critical condition. No, right now I couldn't discuss any intimate details of the case. Like I said, it's still very preliminary in the investigation and we're working on it. Okay.
Any other questions?
Can I ask why we chose Jackie Lee's? I mean, the last time a lot of us were here were in January when the Caps fan, innocent bystander, was shot in the head. Was video from here used in that investigation?
We are in Jackie Lee's to promote a business and to promote businesses just like Jackie Lee's, making sure that we are saturating corridors like this with the deterrent effect of these cameras, but also the investigatory tool that would help police in the case that if there was a crime.
Was the video from here used?
I'm not aware of any video from here being used. Yes.
What would you say to individuals that might argue that cameras were provided by the government would be more of a start of a more police state or more influence by government on individuals?
Well, this is a voluntary program, so people can participate if they want to. But I think what we have seen is video footage helps solve crime. And the more footage that we have that is clear and in the right places, the safer our communities will be. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Anthony Gasser.
Yes.
First of all, I live in this neighborhood. I just wanted to say I thank you for all that you've done here. Living along here because we're the first mayor to have a long time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hope to have you around for many more years.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I was just joshing with you about, because a lot of, and I tease my own staff, because sometimes we can come up with applications that are so complicated that you cannot figure them out. And so I challenge them to keep all applications to 8 questions. How many questions? More than 8? See, it's more than 8 already, I can tell.
Might be 9.
Okay, it's 9, and we're getting there. And so we want it to be simple. We want you to get your cameras, and then we'll get you your check just as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Connect you with Jasmine and then
These
Deputy
guys
Mayor.
here that I train, like, they've got good jobs now.
Good.
They feel like they have a sense of work.
Yeah, people need help and this is work.
I can take your contact information and have Jasmine follow.
Okay, thank you
Thank you
guys.
so much, sir. Anthony Gaskins.
Sir, this is Jasmine. And then her business partner will be willing to talk to them. You guys can, yeah. So he'll be
I give you all my cards.
I'll see you later.
and that will be for today, right? Yeah.
business and free installation to lift those who were on the edge.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, how much is the installation?
It can, for business, is a little bit more complicated.
Okay, let's walk this way.
So that can be 300, that can be 1,000, depending on how big the property is.
Okay.
And we will go up to
She won't want it from her.
What did it mean for you to have the mayor come to your place?
It felt really great to, know that this is on her radar, on the spot. And, we definitely benefited from the camera rebate program. We have a lot of sides of the business that are exposed. So it was really great to receive some financial assistance in helping to make sure that we're safe in here. Not just us, everyone who comes into the establishment can hopefully be a little safer because of it.